guys? Welcome. Returning to you from WHPR FM 88.1 is Shelly Books and More, where we sponsor a short story, poetry, and art contest for the youth. Yes, 18 and under, where we are awarding out cash and prizes, $300 to $500 plus more prizes. Ooh, that always makes me excited to say that. Almost 20 years in the making, and hey, I am finally here doing what it is I love to do. So, as always, look, now I have my beautiful daughter with me in the studio. I love when she comes, I'm not gonna lie. But according to her, she loves when she comes too. So I'm always happy for her to be here. Look, let me let you take a little peek. Say hi, Carissa. You gonna say hi?
Oh, hi.
Well, she's not quite like me. She's a little bit more shy, which I'm shy too, but she's a little bit more shyer than me. Okay, so what's the lineup today? Look, no call-in guest. What's the lineup today? We have, of course, a couple poems that have been submitted to me. Look, I love when you guys submit me poems. I really do. It makes me feel so special. Can I say that, Rissa?
Yeah.
It makes me feel so special. So thank you. Keep them coming. Please keep them coming. That lets me know that I'm affecting somebody. Look, my circle may be small, but I'm affecting somebody. So I'm so happy, that people feel good about, submitting their work to me. So here's a book. And this guy is so special. His name is Xavier Jones. I can't wait to talk about his short stories. And one of my darling favorites too. These are two sisters. Different sides of the same coin. They just dropped another new book. Look, to the internet world, because as I told you guys before, this is radio that we can see. So I am not only live streaming with Facebook, but the radio station also have their own live streaming. So I'm being watched from a couple different platforms. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, what I was about to say about these two beautiful sisters, they just dropped a second book, and I'm really excited to collaborate with them, just helping them promote their books. Their work is so full of soul. It is, when you read it, you feel like you get a sense of where they're coming from, that it's hood, but at the same time it's educational. Anybody can read it. You can even be reading these poems to your 5-year-old. Do you understand? You get what I'm saying? You can be reading these poems to your 3-year-old, and it would be uplifting for them. So kudos to these sisters. I can't wait to talk about them. So coming back to Xavier Jones, let me kind of briefly, I'll save it for when I'm actually ready to read. But I have a sweet little story to talk about in regards to this young fella right here. So I am going to start, because this is Shelly Books and More. We love to promote the love of poetry. So I have to always start out with reading a poem. Always. Because this is what we do. Right, Rissa? Yeah, this is what we do. So this, and I read from him before. This is like the second time in which he have submitted to me. And I don't know if he is a published author. I don't think so. I think that this is just a hobby that he has. And so, again, I just can't express my gratitude enough when you guys love me enough to submit your unpublished works. Because do you know what that means? You are entrusting that I'm going to do the right thing. Do you understand that? Because people steal people's stuff. But and I understand that when you don't know somebody, you don't know someone. So what they say could mean absolutely nothing, right? Unless you know that person's character. But I'm not a person that would ever steal someone else's art. I'm just privileged to have the opportunity to share, these guys, their souls. So here we go. Reminiscing about all the times. And did he say the name of it? Nope. He's just freestyling. So let's just see. Did I do something? Hold on. Okay. Again, I take no credit for any of this works. This is just educational, edifying purposes. Okay, here we go. Reminiscing about all the times we shared while listening to the raindrops falling like tears upon my soul. I hear people nonchalantly, I might have messed that word up, say just let go and move on, not realizing memories of love you can't help but hold. When you now have nothing or no one laying in your arms as you close your eyes to deal with the loneliness of another night, remembering the scent of their hair, the fragrance of oil upon their skin, next to you as you held them with tenderness so tight. You can't erase this like chalk on a blackboard because it's chiseled into the foundation located in the core of your heart. To try and remove this would shatter what's left of your sanity, pulling you like a torn spider web being blown apart. So my mind races with a billion electrical pulses as the thoughts of you I gather from the finite recesses of my soul with every blink. Some want to forget, some want to try again, some want to stop living. I just want to thank God for your memories as I think. By Oscar. Wow. If I had to name this poem, what would I name? Well, it does start off with saying reminiscing about all the times we shared. But, okay. So I would have to, something related to the soul, right? Is what I would title it. So my mind races with a billion electrical pulses. But my main takeaway from this is when he says, like when you meet people, right? People come and go from our lives, like all the time. Some people, which you've heard this so many times, some people you meet and it's just for a season. Some people you meet, you feel like you've been with them your whole life, even beyond your whole life, right? Some people feel like they are soulmates. You can have a friend for a soulmate. I mean, soulmates, the definition is so broad for how you can define a soulmate. But regardless, some people just come into your lives for however long that they're coming. And when people leave, some people want to label it as something bad or, because maybe you left on bad terms or whatever the case may be. But you can always, and this is my takeaway, you can always reminisce on the good parts, because that's ultimately maybe could be the purpose for the individual coming into your life. And yes, we also grow from negativity. So it's all in how you look at the situation, right? Because that's the teaching moment in that relationship. So regardless of how long they've come and gone, you can always reminisce. And so that was my takeaway from this poem. Because what made me feel that was, so my mind races with a billion electrical pulses as the thoughts of you I gather from the finite recesses of my soul with every blink. See, here it goes. Some want to forget. Some want to try again. Some want to stop living. I just want to thank God for your memories as I think. And so that's it. That's the big takeaway from this poem for me, is that I just want to thank God for your memories, because that's what it is. It's an experience. Right now, you are experiencing me. it's an experience. So whether I say something that you agree with or you like or whatever the case may be, you can always thank God, always. So, that's just, that's just me. That's my thinking. And okay, I probably spent a little too long on that. But before I jump to the next agenda, which my next agenda is going to be this lovely guy right here, I want to talk about the power of economics. The power, right? Let me see. How did I put it? Discuss my thoughts on the power of economics. Why am I bringing this up? Because I think, I don't want to say I think we need a lesson in economics, but I always need a lesson in economics, okay? Always. I always need a lesson in life. This is how I keep my soul, my spirit growing. So in case you guys have never thought about the power of economics, I want you all to take this time with me to think about the power of economics, right? And so what I mean by that is, what does the power of economics have to do with you and I? Well, this is the way I can sum this up, right? When I'm thinking about stuff, before I try to talk about it again, like when I'm talking about it with myself inside of my head, it's like I wish I could record it and replay it so that I can capture it the way I want to give it. Because it's never as good as when the original thought comes. But I try to remember how my spirit shared it, not my spirit, but my higher self, my God, however you want to think of it, my maker, my creator shared it with me. So the power behind economics is how we grow, how we benefit from one another's economics, our economy, right? So what I mean by that is, when someone establishes a business, right? When someone establishes a business, that's the power of economics. And so regardless, and I'm going to show you how it doesn't, I'm going to talk about how it doesn't matter if a person is starting a business or not. We all play a role in the power of economics. What I mean by that is, take for example, someone starts a business, right? You come in that business, you support it, because see, the power of economics is how money is circulated within a group of individuals, within a community, within a country, within a state, right? So you get within the world, right? So no matter how small or how wide, the power of economics, right? So when you start a business, you're contributing towards the power of economics. So when someone comes in and support that business, whether they have a business or not, of course, they are still contributing towards that power, because they are fueling that business, which the purpose of fueling that business is so that that business can fuel the economy, so that that business can fuel the community, so that business can fuel its people, right? And then once that happens, that money is supposed to circulate so many times within a community before it leaves outside of the community, which again relates to the broader spectrum of the power of economics. When it gets to the state, when it gets to the country, when it gets to the world. And so this is how I kind of look at it too. So take for an example, you think about Walmart, right? So you go into Walmart. So whether you have a business or not, you go into Walmart and you shop with them. And you say, well, I'm just here shopping to get what I need. I don't care how it's fueling the economy or what. I'm just in here getting what it is I need. Okay, here's a bigger way, a bigger picture to look at it. So, by you helping to fuel, and I'm just using this as an example, by you helping to fuel Walmart is still contributing towards your benefit because it's creating jobs, right? So you might not need a job at Walmart, but what if your neighbors need a job at Walmart? What if your children need a job at Walmart? What if, the neighborhood, so you see where I'm going with that? How we all contribute towards the power of economics. And so in regards to businesses coming together to support each other, this is where I see the real power. Well, there is no power greater than the other in regards to, the power of economics. But this is what I'm trying to get at. When you have two businesses that come together and say, well, you support me, I'm going to support you. So it becomes like a ping pong. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like I'm giving to you, you're giving to me. So right now I benefit from you giving to me, but when you stimulate my business, then I'm going to benefit back from those dollars that I got from you or that you got from me. You get what I'm saying? So then you guys are ping-ponging that money amongst each other. And so now when individuals come collectively to support your business, not only do you have businesses that are supporting one another, but now you have people outside of having businesses that are also stimulating those businesses, which again is helping to build and fuel the economy, which is benefiting the community and how it creates such a broader picture than what you even think about when you're shopping. So now I hope that I gave a little bit of something for you to think about when you are shopping. So, I could go on and on and on about the power of economics, but that is the power of economics. That's how you keep out of poverty, right? That's how a community flourishes. So I could really keep going on and on, but I'll leave it at that, and I used Walmart because I remember I had to write a paper on them when I was in college, and at this time the parents were still alive. I believe both parents are gone now, and so the future of Walmart was in the hands of the children. So it was very I'm trying to think of the words that I'm trying to use, but it was very interesting to watch, to see how the children were going to handle the business. So some people, did not like the, how can I say it, I can't think of the word, but some people didn't like how Walmart was operating. And so because, making all of those billions of dollars, so it's like, well, why do you pay your employees such low wages? And so they had this whole, like, I'm trying to think of the word, with their reasoning for why it is they did what they did. But again, going back to his poem, you think of the good that comes out of everything. And so the good is that it does help provide jobs. There are many people that work at Walmart. And so, without people shopping at those places, people, wouldn't be able to get jobs when they need it. And that goes for young people as well. Okay, enough of that. So I'm gonna run out of time. So let's talk about this right here. Okay, so I love his book cover where it says, sin overrides righteousness in the, can I say this, Negro community. So I thought that was very interesting. And so I wanted to read let me see, can I, okay. I wanted to read his opening because I thought it was, interesting. So he says, this is his opening. He says, every day literally every day for the past 3 years, someone asked me, yo, X, when your book coming out? Like a true writer, in parentheses, or someone keeping a secret, in parentheses. I give vague responses that offer little information on the topic at hand. It's almost done. A month. I'm waiting on my editor. The book coming, but did you peep the cover? Aw, man. F you, right? Little do the folks at home know they've been harassing me about the status of 2 or 3 different books. Little do the folks at home know that I have no freaking idea when anything is coming out. But the grind has paid off. After hours of reading and writing and 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 reading and writing, I finally brought book 0 to my people. Book 0 is the first installment of short stories I've created to introduce readers to my style and universe. I urge readers to pay attention to every detail, date, name, setting, and placement. Nothing's nothing, and everything is everything. If you all love me like you say you do, this would not be your last experience with my art, characters, and writing. With that being said, welcome to my universe. I love you. So that's why I wanted to read this, because I love how he ended it with welcome to my universe. I love you. And so I am working on a book. I hope I get to finish it. I have several, look, me creating Shelly Books and More caused me to have to put my book not on the shelf because I'm still working on it, but I'm not as focused with writing as I was when I originally started. And when I started writing, that's how I started feeling like I'm pulling these characters out of a universe. Yes, that I am pulling these characters out of a realm. And in this realm, in this universe that I'm pulling these characters, they really exist. So that's how I feel when I'm writing my book. These people really exist, and I'm just telling their story. And I hope that I'm able to hear and listen well enough to tell the story in a way that I pull these people, these characters out of this universe that I have connected with. And so that's how I saw this. So that's why I wanted to take the time to read that. If I take the time to read an opening, trust me, it's always a reason. I saw some sort of significance in it that I wanted to share with you guys. So with that being said, the first, look, it's a book of short stories, but from what I can tell, because I haven't read the whole book, they're all connected, right? And the first short story is You Ain't My Mama, and boy, oh boy. When I tell you, this first opening, this first short story will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. I mean, I don't want to like give any spoilers, but the daughter, she's 7 years old. She has a major issue with the stepmother. Oh, I want to tell you what she did to the stepmother. It's bad. She killed her. But it's not, she didn't like kill her with her own hands. Spoiler alert. But I'm not going to tell you the whole story because I would love for you to go out and get Xavier Jones' book. But I just want you to know that she set it up because she hated, and she wasn't even the stepmother. She was the father's girlfriend, but she lived with the stepmother girl. I keep calling this because she was on her way to being the stepmother. But the little girl, she hated her so much, she plotted her death. I was like, oh my gosh. I was just left with my mouth just wide open like, I can't believe she did that. I felt so bad. The girlfriend's name is Kim. I felt so bad that she set her up like that because the girlfriend loved the family so much. She loved the family. So I'm like, oh, but it's awesome. It's a good read. You will enjoy it. I know you will. So let me tell you a little bit about Xavier Jones. He gave my son a copy of his book. He was a substitute at his school. I believe he substituted at his school a few times. And he took a liking to some of the students. I don't know how many students he took a liking to, but he took an extra liking to several students where he took them out. And so he asked my permission if it would be okay if he took Brian along. I think, did they go to a game? They went somewhere, and he gave him a signed copy of his book. So I thought that's a role model. That's the type of teacher that you want your children to be surrounded by, because that represents a village raising children. Can I say that again? Again, we're talking about the theme today, now that I think about it, is the power of building each other. And so I started out with the power of economics, how we build each other, whether you understand it or not when you're shopping, but what you are consciously or unconsciously taking a part of. But even being a teacher, right, that is part of raising, of you being a part of a village, raising children. So he didn't ask for not $1, not 1 cent to take the kids out on the outing. He just said, hey, is it okay if I come get Brian? And we go on a trip. I got several other students that we're hanging out, and it's like, okay, like that's pretty awesome. And so he gave Brian a signed copy of his book. And this was like when Brian was in the 8th grade. He's now about to be in the 11th. So we held on to this book, and I have been reading it. And I started reading it basically when he first gave it to him. And when I was putting my bookshelf together, because I finally put my bookshelf together, I came across his book. And I was like, oh, that's right. Like, I should, feature Xavier's book. And who better? So thank you, Xavier. Look, I look forward to finishing this book. But geez, the daughter, look, plotted against the mother, and I ain't tell you how she killed her, how she set it up. You'll have to read the book to figure that out yourself. So before we move on to the next agenda, the next poem, I want to talk about an event that I am now. Well, I struggle. Look, I'm an open book. Look, I'm real. I'm your mother. Look, I don't say I'm the girl next door. I am the mother next door. So when I'm talking like we would be talking face to face. Like, yeah, I'm your girlfriend. I'm your mother. I'm your. Nah, I don't mean that type of girlfriend, but I mean like, yeah, I'm your girlfriend. I'm your friend. That's a girl. So I'm just, I'm just that everyday person. And so I toss between saying event, presentation, but it's like, well, it's both the same thing. Well, this basically starting this Friday at 5 o'clock, Shelley Books and More is going to be hosting a presentation. And so this presentation served the purpose of me calling out to the children to come and hear me talk about how to enter the contest. Because it's so simple. It's so simple. But I need you guys to understand, which is why I created the radio show, that this is something that has never been done before. Can I say? Not in this fashion, not in this style. So the way I'm doing it is a new concept. So you're not really used to hearing that, hey, there's a contest that's being sponsored on a day-to-day basis. Okay? There are many contests that are sponsored throughout the year. But again, it's not day to day. They come and go. And so with my concept, it is ongoing. It does not stop. So I do get some questions in regards to, well, how does it work? And so, I thought it would be a really good idea for me to sponsor that presentation, for me to hold that event, which is what I started doing at the schools before. Well, I didn't get a chance to do it the way that I see myself doing it because, because the schools was obviously not like functioning like they're normally functioning. But I did get a chance to go into a couple of schools and do the presentations, and the teachers, and I'm not saying this because I'm just saying it because it's just true that the teachers, they did enjoy it. The children, they did enjoy it. And so I'm like, well, while I'm still waiting for things to open up, because I have spoken with the assistant of director of the Detroit Public Library. And so they're looking forward to me doing the presentations, but it's like, well, we have to wait until we open back up fully. So right now they are open, but it's only to check out. They're not hosting any events. So I'm like, well, while I'm waiting for these vineyards, so to speak, to allow the space that I need to do the presentation, I'm like, well, why don't I sponsor them live over the Facebook like I do, some of my other stuff, and have the children attend that way. And when they attend once a month, I am going to be doing the Foot Locker gift card drawing, which will be valued at our famous $125. So of course that's to help the children be enthused about coming, but at the same time, that's just part of what we do. That's part of the function of Shelley Books and More. We love to give the children these nice gifts. So I'm like, well, okay. So starting this Friday at 5 o'clock, that's what we're going to be doing. So bring your children. I mean, geez, again, it ain't for you, the adults. I mean, you can enjoy it, but it's for the children. So why wouldn't you tell your kids, hey, do you want to go to this live and check it out, listen to what she has to say? Like, well, I don't understand it all, but you could win a gift card if you go. So I'm just saying, the kids might not know unless you tell them, because, chances are little kids aren't listening to me, right? I mean, let's just be honest. Adults are mostly listening to me. So they are depending on you as their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their cousins, their neighbors, to say, I don't understand everything that's going on, but there's this girl, this company, Shelley Books and More, she's sponsoring a contest. Maybe you might want to go listen to what she has to say, and, let me take it from there. Okay, so the next thing is I want to read Different Sides of the Same Coin. And this is, which again, I featured this book, I don't know, maybe I think this is my third time, but I adore these sisters, and I don't even personally know them. Let me tell you why I adore them. Because, one, they're two sisters. Two, they work together. And three, through them coming together to write this book, you can sense the love that they have for one another. Can I say that again? You can sense the love and respect that they have for one another. And that is something that a lot of families lack. They lack love for one another. And so to be able to share these sisters, their collaboration with one another, is a way for me to show you how much they love each other, that they was able to come together and create this beautiful book. And so that's why I've taken such a liking to these ladies, because I'm like, yeah, these are two sisters that I'm just in awe by it, because so many families, they lack that connection, and it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is. But when you have two sisters, when you have siblings that support each other like that, oh, you're a powerhouse. You're a powerhouse. You know what I mean? So that's what we need to make it in this world. If you don't have nobody else, you could at least have your siblings, right? Jeez. Oh, I could just, oh, let me not get started. Okay. This is, oh, they even dated it. Did they date all their stuff? Oh my gosh. I just noticed something. Okay, so this is dated February the 12th, 2001, 9:46 a.m. So I'm going to take this as a thought that they was having at 9:46 a.m. I don't know. But here we go. Sisters Serenade? Yeah, Serenade. Look, I told you guys, I have a lazy tongue. I was born with it. I had to do therapy as a kid. So it's like, if I'm struggling with a word, you know why. Because my tongue it don't want to talk. I have to be like, wake up. Okay, here we go. Girl, what you been doing? You been living? And life done caught you off guard? I heard you been talking to the preacher man, talking to your friend down hall. Look. You even been talking to that old man on the corner. Did they tell you anything you want to hear? What you want to know, sister girl? Will the snow fall tomorrow? What you want to know? How the rain fell in Spain? Listen, girl, ain't no streets called easy. No sun-drenched paths leading to brighter tomorrows. Ain't no Prince Charmings coming down no yellow brick roads. It just ain't. You gotta get your head together. Today ain't yesterday, and yesterday ain't tomorrow. We living for today, and today is all it is. You reflect back too long. You find yourself lost in what was. Ain't no wish I could, ease, or if onlys. All it is what it is. You dig what I'm saying? Like, when you read it, it's like, oh my gosh, it reads so cute. It's just that, look, that hood sister, but you get the message. Look, did you get the message, Carissa? Did you hear the message?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did,
You did, Ashley? Yeah, where it's like, I could just, look, what you want to know is like, no sun-drenched paths leading to brighter tomorrows. Ain't no Prince Charming coming down no yellow brick road. Like, you got to get your head together. Like, get your head together. Today ain't yesterday. Stop living in the past. And today is all it is. See? Stop living in the past. So when you read works like this, you can basically put your own interpretation to it. You can get out of it what you take out of it. And again, it's an easy read. Anybody can read this book and appreciate what's in here. Okay, so look, I have the second poem from Oscar that I wanted to make sure that I read before I go off the air, because his works is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And again, to have the opportunity to be able to share it with you guys, it's just a loving experience. It is. So, okay, so this one is, I believe he titled it, Are You Needing? Let me see, make sure I didn't read this one. No, I did not read this one. So, okay, so this is titled, Are You Needing? Do you find yourself going through a day without a kind word of affection? Then you are needing. Has life become a TV screen which now you sit back and watch rather than being a character in the story? Then you are needing. Needing my words of encouragement and installing you with power and direction to the place your destiny beckons. Needing the warmth of my arms holding you, reassuring you that everything is going to be all right because you've come too far to quit. Needing the medicating feeling of my love for you, physically, mentally, and spiritually, lifting away the burdens of life every day, assaults upon you. Needing to know when the chips are down and things aren't going your way, there is a place you can go and you are always needed. That place is here with me by Oscar. What can I say? I just thought it's just a sweet sentiment. That's what this is. And I love that he titled it, Are You Needing? It's like, wow. Just, again, something sweet to read. If you're looking for something that's going to be positive, you can find this in so many books of poetry. So many, look, what do you call it? Like motivational books. But there's, self-help books. In which I am going to be adding that to my, books of interest. Because I'm not really, how can I say it? I don't really do self-help books too much. No, not really. I'm not going to lie. I don't. And so now that I am doing this, I was thinking like, okay, well, let's add self-help books to the list. And it's not that I don't need it, because I need help in every which way. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So me not reading self-help books has nothing to do with that. But I often resort, can I say it? I often resort to the Bible. So that is my self-help #1 book. But there are so many authors out here that write in regards to helping people overcome various life issues. That's specific, right? It may be specific to forgiveness. It may be specific to child abuse, specific to, just these various issues that we find ourselves trying to huddle. Did I say that right?
Hurdle.
Okay. What she said in life. You know what I mean? So I thought that would be a really good idea for me to add that touch to the show. And again, I've never been a person that bothered too much with purchasing self-help books. I think the last self-help book that I did have, and I can't remember how I came into this book, but this was like so many years ago. I don't know. I probably was in my early 20s. It was a book that gained its popularity from the Oprah Winfrey Show, I believe. It was talking about in regards to attracting, how we, oh my gosh, do you know what I'm talking about? When you manifest, when you bring to fruition how you think, how you manifest your dreams, your desires. Look, I know some of you guys who hear this probably know what I'm talking about. But again, that's how long it's been since I thought about, like self-help books. But that was one of the books that I remember kind of reading a little bit, where it was talking about how you manifest things by the way you think, and negativity, positivity, things of that nature. But yeah, but I'm excited to bring that. And so I'm going to be reaching out to some authors that have published works in regards to self-help books. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I am. So let's see what is next on the agenda that I wanted to talk about. I picked a couple more poems to read from these sisters right here. Look, you're not looking at it upside down, right? Let's see. Rainbow of My Soul. I thought this was pretty cute. Look, this was just a freestyle day. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, I put some stuff together, and I just wanted it to just be a fun show today. Nothing serious, just sitting back, chilling, listening to, some of these fun poems that people, have wrote. So this one is titled Rainbow of My Soul. You are the rainbow, the luster, the jewel within my sky, the magic, the splendor, the love of my life. You are the reason my soul glides upon air. Yours is the life I long to share, to love, to hold, to cherish and console, an arc of brilliant color. You're the rainbow of my soul. The rainbow of my soul. what can I get? I mean, that just sounds beautiful, just saying it right there, right? The rainbow of my soul. How does that make you guys feel? I don't know. I see colors, right? Rainbow. Rainbow. The rainbow comes from God, right? If that's how you want to associate it with. I know the rainbow can mean something else too. I'm not going to say what it could also mean, but gay pride, right? I'm not going there, but it can mean gay pride. But I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that this is in regards to, yeah, I of course I see God in this, right? The jewel within my sky. But again, you can bring your own interpretation, because and that's the beautiful thing about poetry, is that I could read it and get something out of it, and you could read it and get something totally different out of it. It isn't one specific thing. Now, of course, when the author actually sits down and talk about what was on their mind in regards to what they wrote, then it's like, okay, well, that's what you wrote it, but this is what I got out of it. And so that's why book clubs are so cool too, because book clubs allow people to come together and talk about, what their takeaway was in regards to a book. What did they learn? What did you like? What did you not like? And so, yeah. So I just thought that was a really, really cool poem. What did you think about it, Carissa? I know it.
I thought it was sweet.
Right? I mean, what else could you say you thought it was sweet? Duh, right? Oh, let's see. So how have your day been going? Look, let me take a pause and ask Carissa, how have your day been going? Am I putting you on the spot?
Kind of, but I guess that's okay. Fine.
Fine. Yes. Yeah, I am putting you on the spot, right? Because she's not used to me showing her, right? No. Well, I did it today, my love. Yes, I did. Are you enjoying college? Are you happy that you're out?
Yes, very much.
What was your first experience like? I mean, how did you feel about it?
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. I had to keep telling her, hang in there, you can do it, don't quit. Overwhelmed.
Yes.
And it was all online?
Yeah.
And what was that like?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Just, I don't know, just online work.
So if you had to choose to go online or go on campus, what would you choose?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
No.
Okay.
I haven't been on campus, so.
Yeah, so you don't know what to expect, right?
Nope.
Okay, well, stay tuned, you guys. We're going to see what Carissa looked. Because she was kind of struggling a little bit. Just, with the whole new thing of higher education and trying to decide if going online would be something that she would want to continue to pursue. So I just told her, and this is the same thing that I would tell to any students out there that is embarking on the college experience, that something may be good for one, but it doesn't fit all, right? So you just have to see what works best for you. And I wanted to start Carissa in community college because, one, I know the type of student that she is, and two, and this was my experience, that starting on a community college level can be such a good financial decision. Can I say it again? Such a good financial decision. Because if you don't want to be burdened with taking out a whole lot of student loans, then starting on a community level is a good start. The reason why I say it's a good start is because once you build up your GPA, and you prove, what type of student you are, then you're automatically put in a position of receiving scholarship money. And so when you get ready to transfer, colleges look at your transcripts and they determine if you qualify for any scholarships. And so, you know, depending on what your finances are when you're starting, you know, college, you really, you know, again, depending on your finances and your family, you really don't have to necessarily take out huge amounts of student loans. You really don't. You really don't. If you're living at home, if you have those type of parents that are willing to help carry that load, you know what I mean, where, you know, it's not about you trying to pay for housing, or you contribute what you can, but you get where I'm going. You can stay at home, go to the community college, build yourself up, be in a position to transfer with a good GPA, and therefore qualify for the various scholarships that they have to offer. And oh my gosh, that's how I did it. Yeah, that's how I ended up transferring from Wayne County to where did I go? Davenport, which I did not finish, but that's what ended up working out for me. And yeah, I had to take out a little bit of money, but not that much money, because I mean, I'm just saying I had almost a 4.0. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I worked hard for that. Can I say that? I worked hard for my 3.8. And the only reason why I had a 3.8 is because I'm lousy in math. I mean, I can do some math, you know, but when you're getting into geometry, oh my gosh, and trying to figure out how to do formulas, my brain go left when it should be going right. And I had to repeat a class because it was like I didn't get it the first time. And so I think I ended up, did I take a incomplete, or did I allow myself to fail? I think I took an incomplete. So it ended up bringing my GPA down a little bit. And then I took a speech class. He gave me a B. I'm like, why did he give me a B? But he gave me a B because we did a debate. Oh my gosh. We had to do a debate. And this was so unfair because he teamed us up in partners. And my debate, my topic that we was debating on was global warming. Did I agree with it or did I not agree with it? So basically he gave you your stance. So mine was I had to support agreeing with it. But what happened was, when it was time for me to do my debate, my partner didn't show up. So why did I have to go against the instructor? I'm like, I gotta go against you. Like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? So I had to go against him. So you know, that was like major pressure, and I did not. No, I crumbled under the pressure, but I still did good enough to get the B. But I'm like, I still did pretty good in the rest of the school year. But you know, what can you say? So yeah, I managed to hold on to between a 3.8 and a 3.7. So when I got ready to look at different universities, it was like, okay, I like what Davenport was offering, and they offered me a decent scholarship. So it was like, okay, I'll go to Davenport. But that's just a little tip from Shelly, look, in regards to higher education. If you want to avoid all of the student loan debt. But, you know, it's hard to, when you say.
Yeah.
It is. It's so hard to avoid student loan debt. What can you say? I don't know, but
get rid of it.
Yeah, you're right. Carissa says get rid of it. She says get rid of it. Who knows? Maybe one day they will, one day they won't. And so let's see. I want to end on the romance thing. Again, coming out of these two beautiful sisters. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to read. I almost forgot. I wanted to read their opening, which I did not do this. Because I love to read the acknowledgments. I do. So how about I end the show with reading the acknowledgments? You know, this was just a freestyle show. I enjoyed being here as always. So let me read the acknowledgments on this. And this is different sides of the same coin. I love, because it's the appreciation that they show to those that they feel was there for them in their struggle towards accomplishing, you know, writing these books. So I really do like to, you know, show love to that. Okay. My parents, Edna Mae and Sylvester S. Wallace. My happiest memories, the music, innumerable books, and an extraordinary family. Dad, thank you for teaching us to have tenacity. I now understand you. Every day the Lord allows me to see. I'll walk into it in your words, giving them hell. Michael, you have taught me the most about love's value, what it isn't impatience. Seems like yesterday that we were taking our vows. I can now finally exhale. Know the feeling. You are my forever love. I have an amazing family. I will always treasure every moment spent with you. Thanks for inspiring all of the words. Felicia, Antoine, Lauren, India, Jasmine, and Jonah, Ezra in parentheses. Lyris, I couldn't imagine taking this journey with anyone other than you. I literally used you as my pillow as we were but cradled babies. You are literally the other half of myself. Smile. Extended family, Mama Elizabeth, Mom in parentheses, Barbara, Mom parentheses, Mario, Josie, Maxine, Bella, Jennifer, and the Glam Squad, Isaiah, Joy, and Faith. The Brantley family, I couldn't ask for better friends. You were there when the bottom fell out. I'll love you always. Thank you. Almost last, but certainly not least, to all my Rust College kids, you are the lifeline of what makes learning vital. You have given me many happy memories and even more reason to smile. Great thanks. I love you all. Thanks to every person that has been part of our lives and celebrate this work with us, especially our readers. Special thanks and acknowledgement to the great I am. Unto all generations who created language that makes the words possible. Thank you. And that is how we are ending this show. I thought that was a wonderful ending, wouldn't you say? Because I love this ending part where it says, special thanks and acknowledgement to the great I am. Until all generations who created language that makes the words possible. Thank you. And because of that possibility, I'm able to be here today. So until next time, you guys, 2 weeks, I love you with the most love that I can possibly give. Thank you for being a part of today's show. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining me.